Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to everyone the alternative to your coin collecting issues for the golden skins. Drum roll, please. Psst. That's your cue, Larry. I'm about to fire you, Larry. Let me introduce you to the brand new, modern Platinum Crate. The Platinum Crate skins are a way for less experienced players to have a shot at obtaining buffs for your favorite towers.
I have a question. How good are the buffs that the Platinum skins will give?
Welp, I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. It is a little rough right now, but it is a work in progress. Some of the skins barely count as buffs currently.
So, what's the point in getting these then?
Good question.
Ooh, you suck!
Have you ever wondered if the Golden Crate was too expensive to grind hours into getting one powerful skin? I hate to break it to you, but there actually was a different way to obtain buffed skins in the game. There used to be an old crate in the game that was called the Platinum Crate. Basically, the Platinum Crate was like the little brother to the Golden Crate with very similar buffs applied to certain towers. However, do not feel too bad if you missed out on obtaining one of these crates because this crate was an absolute rip-off to players. On paper, the idea of having a lower tier Golden Crate that was easier to get sounded like a pretty nice plan. But, whenever this was put into practice, it did not go well due to the sheer amount of bugs and the unbalanced challenge meant to gain a Platinum Crate. To understand why the Platinum skins became very unsuccessful, let's take a deep debrief of the Platinum Crate back when it was first released and the issues that followed along. Look into my eyes because we are about to go back in time. On December 8th, 2019, the Platinum Crate was added into Tower Defense Simulator. This crate was a little out of nowhere because this was part of a minor update that came out for version 1.4. In order to obtain a Platinum Crate, a player would have to triumph on 5 different maps on every difficulty in the game. To know which difficulties were still needed for a map, there would be a score tab that showed every map in the game and each difficulty that had been triumphed so far. Once a map represents that all difficulties got beaten, that map cannot be used again for a future Platinum Crate. Inside this crate, there were 3 different towers that got a skin: the Crook Boss, Pyromancer, and Minigunner, which were the exact same towers that originally got skins for the Golden Crate when it was first released. Each tower received the same type of buff that they were given from the Golden Crate. However, the Platinum Crate made each upgrade a little weaker. For example, the Platinum Crook Boss had a damage boost by 20% instead of 40% from the Golden Crook Boss. For Platinum Pyromancer, the range increased by 25% instead of 50%. And for Platinum Minigunner, the damage increased by 15% instead of 35%. With this new cool feature in the game, it gave players a motive to grind for many maps in the game, along with seeing all the modes Tower Defense Simulator has to offer. But the Platinum Crate wouldn't be too radical for long as lots of issues were discovered. The longer the Platinum Crate stayed inside the game, the more the community got conflicted about this update. There were bunches of people that truly supported this new crate. Then, there was the mob of haters that also came along the way. In my opinion, I am more on the side of the haters, and I will explain the reasoning behind this. First, the buffs from the Platinum skins made almost no difference to the levels of the normal towers. The 15% damage buff from Minigunner was so low that it literally did not change the tower at all. It was later fixed to be 25% damage instead on January 12, 2020. However, this only changed the final level of the Minigunner from 44.44 DPS to 55.56 DPS. This is pretty good, but every level before the last was still the exact same. Additionally, the Golden Minigunner's damage had a big increase to 50%, continually decreasing the Platinum Minigunner's worth even more. Platinum Pyromancer's 25% range increase does not really do much for you. Range is important, but Pyromancer's range was already pretty solid in the first place. There was no point in implementing this feature. This is partly what worsened the Golden Pyromancer compared to the other golden skins in the game. The range buff just does not do enough to impact any matches. Platinum Crook Boss is the only Platinum skin that I think is actually decent. The 20% damage buff increases the 2 last levels instead of just 1 level. Again, it would have been better if the Platinum skin affected more levels, but compared to the other 2 skins, this was a tier higher. Another grudge that I have with this tower is that the crooks that spawn should have switched to platinum crooks instead. Missed opportunity, Paradoxum. And second, the platinum crate took a long time to get a single one. Even though the platinum crate was meant to be a separate, faster motive towards getting buffed skins, it still took hours upon hours in order to beat 5 maps on each mode for some mediocre buffs. Not only does the grind for a platinum crate take forever to beat all those maps, but loads of money would be collected along the way naturally, greatly progressing your journey towards getting a golden crate anyway. Combining the amount of coins earned from beating every mode adds up to be 2,140. Multiplying this by 5 maps ultimately gives you 10,700 coins from getting a platinum crate. You might as well have used that time grinding coins more effectively in better difficulties such as Molten Mode or Golden Mode if you're old-fashioned like me. To sum these problems up, the platinum skins gave out weak buffs that took way too much time to acquire. As the platinum crate lingered inside the game, the tension kept rising with the more issues it created. With that said, Paradoxum Games decided that this could not plague the fans any longer. In the overhaul update on October 29th, 2020, the Platinum Crate and all its useless skins were removed from the game in response to the backlash, except for the Platinum Crook Boss? Why wasn't the Platinum Crook Boss removed along with everything else? I mean, the developers had them all prepared with modern looks and revised code when the game updated. It still remains a mystery to this day why this is the case, but there have been a couple of theories on the reason behind keeping the Platinum Crook Boss in the game. One simple theory people have suggested is that this might have just been a mistake on Paradoxum Games. There were no other traces or needs on the Platinum Crate that made the Platinum Crook Boss accidentally slip into the game while being removed. Another deeper theory is that since Golden Mode was removed, Paradoxum wanted to temporarily remove some of the Platinum skins until they potentially fixed Golden Mode. This made them keep the Platinum Crook Boss in the game to test out if the skin was functional in the newest conditions of the overhaul update. Later, the Platinum Crook Boss would get removed for good on May 8th, 2021 in the Frost Invasion update. This dude really thought he could just sneak his way throughout each update and get away with it, huh? I mean, I guess it kinda worked for 7 months. Anyways, the removal of the Platinum Crate was a good decision for the overall enjoyment of the game. Not many people really minded that these skins were gone at all since they were worthless. Of course, some super fans got upset that Paradoxum deleted the Platinum Crate, probably due to nostalgia that it was gone now. But, if we're being real, the Golden Crate provided the only buffs that were necessary. Now, for my final question that I will answer for today. Will the Platinum skins ever make a return in the future? Absolutely not. There is no need for this crate any longer, and there never has been. However, I will admit that the concept of beating 5 maps on all the difficulties was pretty cool. It was a creative way to get people to play all the modes in Tower Defense Simulator with experience in multiple maps. Maybe the developers can implement it as a quest or something someday. I said it would be cool if the developers could implement it as a quest one day. Larry, you're fired.
Get this dude out of here!
Killer fish from San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. Killer fish from San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. Killer fish, San Diego.